KTTZ-TV Channel 5 presents 24 Frames, taking you inside music, art, and entertainment in the Hub City and beyond. Tonight on 24 Frames, we check out Texas Bronze and their collaboration with Dallas artist Sherry Owens. We chat with Austin-based filmmaker Kat Candler and check out her short film, Love Bug. We get roped in with trick roper Brice Chapman. And finally, we hear from Race Henry of the Texas band Ivory Ash in our South Plains sessions. Hey guys, I'm your humble and handsome host, Paul Hunton. Now, Dallas-based artist Sherry Owens has made a name for herself by crafting elaborate artwork out of crepe myrtles. For her newest project, a sculpture installed at Dallas's newly renovated Love Field, she had to take a longer-lasting approach. So, she teamed up with Texas Bronze, based right here in Lubbock. Way down 19th Street in Lubbock lies an unmarked building that if you were just passing by, you wouldn't suspect was one of the only bronze foundries in Texas. Today, they are helping build a sculpture that will end up at the newly renovated Love Field in Dallas. This project is a collaboration with artist Sherry Owens.
They're rebuilding Love Field, and it's going to open in 3 phases. And so they have accepted artists to do 11 new public art projects, and I got to be one, which is really cool.
Sherry is an artist based out of Dallas. Her work can be seen throughout the Metroplex and is recognizable by her use of crepe myrtles.
I made each tree 18 inches high, and then each tree, it's all made out of individual sticks of crepe myrtle, because that's how I work, is out of sticks. And then each tree was completely disassembled, and then every stick was scanned in a CNC machine. I have 7 bronze trees, and my trees are 12 foot high each. And then the trunk of those trees goes up about 9 feet from the ground, and then the top 3 feet, which goes all the way up to 12 feet, the top 3 feet are limbs, and then in those limbs are other elbows of that I refer to as clouds. So I'm trying to make like a cloud forest.
Sherry's Cloud Forest is a dedication to Moss Lee Love, whom Love Field is named after. In the early days of U.S. aviation, airfields were named after aviators who died while flying. Love was the 10th aviator to die in U.S. military history.
I have a folding army stool, which is something that he would have used. And then I had a seamstress make a coat, like what a pioneer aviator would have worn. I had photos, but I couldn't find one. They're all in museums. But then on eBay, I found a set of World War I goggles and a leather helmet and gauntlet gloves, and anyway, and I put all of those things together, and all of those are also cast in bronze, and they're just sort of piled up on this stool, and then on the back of the stool I've carved in Moss Lee Love's initials, just there to kind of represent, as if Moss had walked up to this area and set his belongings down just for a moment to, you know, ponder.
Sherry hopes that the sculpture is a fitting tribute to one of America's earliest aviators, and that future generations will appreciate the spirit and the courage of Moss Lee Love. Recently, we sat down in Austin to talk with filmmaker Kat Candler about crowdfunding and why she loves movies. How have websites like Kickstarter and some of the other funding, crowdsourcing, how has that really changed the way you can produce a film?
Oh, well, back in the day when I first started making movies, we would do garage sales, we would do benefits, we would do concerts, whatever we could to raise a couple of $1,000 to make a movie. And now I've used Indiegogo a couple times now, and it's so easy. It's just, you have fun making a little video promoting, you blast all your friends relentlessly to the point where they absolutely hate you, and you raise a couple of grand just, so much easier, so much easier.
Now you've worked in other states, other places. You've taken films on, to multiple festivals. What makes Austin such an ideal place for a filmmaker to work?
Austin, there's something really special about Austin, and I think it has to do a lot with the filmmakers and a lot with places like the Austin Film Society. You have a lot of different voices and a lot of different distinct stories that are being told that aren't the same. You have all of these different people, whether it's the Zellners or Brian Poiser, Karen Skloss, like all of these people who are telling fantastic stories that are so very different from each other. And Austin, in my humble opinion, I feel like it allows us to tell our own stories and have our own voices, and it supports that. It's not trying to lump all of us into one sort of genre of filmmaking or storytelling, but it's the support of each other. Like I think we've all grown up together, we're all great friends, and we're all putting in money to each other's Kickstarters and helping out each other on set or donating this or that, and that's, yeah, it's a really beautiful place to make movies, and I don't plan on ever leaving here.
What's the most rewarding part of making a film?
The most rewarding part of making movies is, for me, probably, I love being on set. I love working with all of these different great talents and minds and hands, and it's just so magical being on set and seeing things, seeing your words and the pages come to life. I don't know, and then you totally get depressed after production is over and you're in this slump where you're by yourself and with your editor in a dark room, like cutting. You're like, I wish I was with my friends on the set making this. But yeah, there's something magical about being on set and seeing things come to life.
Okay, so what's the most frustrating part? Is it the editing, or is it probably finding funding would be pretty...
Yeah, I would say probably the most frustrating part is definitely the money. I mean, it's the business aspect of filmmaking. Unfortunately, it is a business, and you do have to learn how to sustain yourself with your art, and finding money yeah, I hate it. But you have to, I think as a filmmaker, as an artist, you have to understand that side and be intelligent about what you're making. Again, if you want to sustain yourself, you have to be realistic about the fact that it is a business, and you do have to make money, and you do have to be responsible with other people's money as well.
Stick around after the break for Kat's short film, Love Bug.
It's time for 24 Frames Movie Trivia. James Bond is celebrating his 50th birthday this year, but how many Bond films have there been? Is it A, 15, B, 21, C, 25, or D, 18? The answer when we return to 24 Frames. It's time for 24 Frames Movie Trivia. So, how many Bond films have there been? The answer is C, 25 films. Eon Productions has produced almost all of the Bond films, with the exception of the original Casino Royale and Never Say Never Again. Now, back to 24 Frames.
Kat Candler's award-winning films have screened at Sundance, the Los Angeles Film Festival, and South by Southwest. In this short film, we meet a very young bug lover looking to get bit by a love bug himself. Here is Kat Candler's short film, Love Bug.
Hi, Maddie. You're going to an entomology camp this summer, right? Me too. Do you like aphids or arachnids better? You think Mrs. Lepsky's an alien? Just work up to it, Turtle. Maddie, I'd like to escort you to the spring fling and won't take no for an answer. I don't know, Maddie. I thought maybe if you weren't busy or anything, maybe we should go to the dance. I don't even know if you want to go. I don't even know when it is, but there's this spring fling thing and... Maddie, Turtle, yeah, you and me, spring fling, rock and roll, rock and roll. Buckets. Maddie, you're so cool. Doing? Be a man. I'm not a man. I'm 9 buckets.
Hello?
Hi, Mrs. Cooper. May I speak with Maddie for a break?
Turtle? Is that you who's been calling every 5 minutes for the past hour?
No? Maybe, well, I don't know.
Well, just hold on and I'll go get her.
Hi, Turtle. Hi, Maddie. Why are we whispering? Maddie, there's something I want to tell you of entomological importance, like etymologically.
Turtle, you okay?
I've been, wondering if you like bugs, right?
You know I like bugs. Did you see Randy Bowman's tarantula? It's like super duper totally. It's so cool.
Huh? Yeah. No. I didn't see it. Maddie, I want to know if you'd be my date to the spring fling dance because I think you're really cool and pretty and you like bugs and I like bugs and no one else I know likes bugs except for maybe Randy Bowman. But he's kind of a dork, but that's okay. He's still nice and everything. But I like you more than I like bugs and I think it'd be super neat to go to the dance with you.
Turtle? Are you on the phone, little apple cobbler?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, love bug. Oh, hey, I'm starting a load of whites, so I need those superhero underpants. Okay, thanks. Turtle. Never mind. I found him, love bug.
Mom! Hello?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
The last thing you'll ever catch me doing is standing on a horse twirling a rope. But for Brice Chapman, well, he just calls that Thursday. Sophia Hallbrook has this profile.
Hold it. Okay. Good boy. Come here. Are you good? Okay, that's what I thought. I knew you would be. You like me? Huh? You like me? Yeah.
When I first saw Brice Chapman atop his paint gelding named Crossfire, I was in awe of the lanky cowboy's innate ability to spin a rope, all while communicating closely with his animals during an act that has inspired thousands across the country. Chapman may be one of the few true cowboys left that roams in the South Plains. His passion for horses started from a young boy, and he followed closely in his dad's footsteps. Brice's father, Bernie Chapman, was considered one of the most renowned horseshoers in the world.
I grew up right here in Lubbock, right off of 92nd. And my dad shot horses for a bunch of big ranches and quite a few breeding farms, stud farms in New Mexico. And we've just always been around horses, my brothers and I.
Brice took his passion for animals and making people smile and combined the two into one. He became a professional trick roper, all while shoeing horses and continuing the Chapman legacy.
Well, to have those experiences and put it all together, it's just a story. It's just your life. And you know, some people are bored. Some people just go home after they get off work and they mash their clicker on their TV and they just don't do anything. And with my life and what I like to do, I love the stories. I love to meet people. I love to see kids' expressions on their faces.
Chapman and his animals travel countrywide to perform their specialty acts, but they don't just stop at the nation's finest professional rodeos. Brice also makes many appearances at schools, where he spreads positive messages to youth.
Every day is their day. It's your day. It's my day. Do you want to fill it with a bunch of mud? I always tell them, it's your day, fill it with something good, whatever that may be. Whether it's petting on your animals or feeding them just right or going out and riding or calling one of your buddies and catching up on old times or saying a compliment to somebody.
Word about Chapman's true cowboy character and talent has even spread to our nation's capital. In 2006, Chapman had the honor to perform for the families of 9/11 victims at the White House, and performed at the White House another time in 2008 for a separate occasion.
Just to know that many people's families were affected by one tragic accident, and just to know that those planes hit those towers, and those people's parents passed away, and they were there just for me to get to perform for them. It was, it's hard to describe. There was a moment I was spinning my rope, and I thought to myself, wow.
You're always talking about what it's like and the experiences that you've had, just with the animals. There's nothing that can replace that experience and those stories, because everybody has a story. Some are just better than others, and just like with mine, they're my stories, and it's I guess what I'm trying to say is it's your life, and what you do with it's up to you.
In a fading American West, it's a rare sight and privilege to witness a true blue cowboy display horsemanship and his ability to spin a rope. Brice captures a vanishing spirit cowboys have possessed over many decades and remains an inspiration to children and adults across the nation.
It's time for 24 Frames Movie Trivia. In what order were these Charlie Brown films released? A Boy Named Charlie Brown, A Charlie Brown Christmas, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. The answer when we return to 24 Frames. It's time for 24 Frames Movie Trivia. So, in what order were these Charlie Brown films released? The answer is A Charlie Brown Christmas came first, then It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, A Boy Named Charlie Brown, and A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. It was recently announced that we can expect a new computer-animated Charlie Brown movie coming out in 2015, written by Charles Schulz's son and grandson. Now, back to 24 Frames.
If you ran into Race Henry on the street, you might think he was a cyborg superhero lumberjack, but not so. He's actually the tender-hearted, soft-voiced lead singer of the Texas band Ivory Ash. He performs for us tonight in our South Plains sessions. Daniel Ballard has more.
Hi, we're here today with Brice Henry from Ivory Ash. So, how long have you been playing music?
I've been playing guitar since I was 12. I brought my guitar to 6th grade on a Friday, and everyone wanted to hear how crappy I was at guitar.
How long has Ivory and Ash been playing music together?
I think coming up on 3 years. Devon and I have been playing together. We were I guess the two original members. John came on board about a year after we started the band, so I think about 3 years.
Well, I've heard y'all have plans to start working on a new album. I don't know if you want to talk about it much, but in the early next year, is that still the plan?
Yeah, we definitely want to take the material that we have, or the beginnings of material that we have. I think technically we have about 3 songs more or less completely finished. We want to incorporate some intricate musical parts with really listenable lyrics and really listenable hooks, so that's kind of what we're trying to work on for the new stuff.
Do y'all have any shows coming up in this area?
Yeah, the next show we have in this area is the 17th of this month, November, at the Downtown O Bar. The shows that have been taking place there have been incredible lately, so it should be a lot of fun.
Well, I thank you for talking to us, and now here's Brice Henry playing a song.
I'm Brice Henry from Ivory Ash, and here's some songs.
Taking it back to the living room, making me act like I'm needing you, to find me some help would be a miracle, 'cause I'd rather die than be sensible. Sensible, 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 sensible. You alone with your one sign. You wanted everything at one time. still wanna go away. You didn't even try. When we die someday, no one will even talk about us. Get best through your brain. Life will just go on without us.
That's the show. Thanks for joining us. Remember to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. For individual stories, full interviews, and more, go to kttz.org. And remember, if you have a story or know an artist we should profile, let me know at paul.hunton@ttu.edu. Thanks, and have a great evening.
I hear your heart.